Hi guys, Rose here with the Cackling Moon. So this video is going to be all about my spring and possibly summer decks for the summer and spring season. I wanted to do just kind of like, I want to be doing this every season as it changes, because it's really true that I do choose certain decks for certain times of the year and not just for certain types of readings. So for example, for like Halloween time, fall season, I have a lot of my darker decks that I will bring out, and I tend to put away a lot of my angel decks and more of the lighter colorful decks, and I bring out all the darker theme decks. So for spring and summer, I feel like spring and summer kind of, they're kind of like the same energy, at least in my opinion. And so I picked quite a few that I'm going to be using for client readings, and I'll show you guys that soon. But I also have new spread cloths that I buy. So when I buy spread cloths, I usually buy it by the yard or half the yard, and it's just basically material. So this is cute little cupcakes that I thought screamed spring. And I think that they are so cute and they make such a happy vibe. So I thought these are super cute, and I think that they're going to look really nice as a backdrop with the pictures that I take to go with the client reading. The other one that I found, which was really cool, is a Starry Night theme, as you can see. So I thought that that was really, really pretty. Sorry about that. I thought that that was really pretty. I think that, this is really nice and springy. It's colorful and also summery for those summer nights when, when we're out looking at the stars and all that. So I thought that was cute. And then this is, I actually have a tarot bag with this print that I ordered off of a lovely, lovely lady. So this is more like they remind me of the Loteria cards. But yeah, it's just super cute. So nice print, nice, colorful and bright. All of that is just so springy to me. So those are the spread cloths that I'm going to be using for client readings. Now let's talk about the decks. So I have a plastic tub here that I'm actually keeping all of the decks that I'm going to be using for this season, because it makes it easier for me to have them all out in one space, and I'm not having to dig for them in the drawers that I have. So let's see. It's not even going to be in any particular order, but basically I have my Radiant Rider-Waite deck. So this deck I thought would be perfect for the spring and summer readings because it's small and it's bright. Really bright. Just the images on this deck are just super bright. They stand out. I also brought out the Zerner Farber deck, which is the Enchanted Tarot. I have not really worked with this deck much, but something was just telling me to pull it out. And so I think that there's going to be some clients that are going to be coming around where I'm going to feel like the energy of this deck is just going to be perfect for their reading. It's a very like quilted, collagey looking deck. Very pretty, very like light. Just the energy of it is real light. So I really feel like I felt called to use the deck because of the color scheme, and I just feel like there's going to be certain clients that are going to fit with it. So this is a deck bag that I have. It's so cute. It's the Empress. And inside of it is my Wonderland Tarot. I'm not going to pull all of them out, but the Wonderland Tarot. So here are the backs. And I just feel like Wonderland Tarot is just a really cute, I think this is more of a summer theme for me personally. It's just really happy, vibey, and I don't know, I just really get like good feelings from this deck. So I think that this will be a cute deck to pull out for summer reads. So that is a tarot deck. And then in this deck bag, I have my Nature's Whispers Oracle, which some of the cards are turned around. I tend to do that. So the Nature's Whispers Oracle, this is the back of the deck. Oops, it's upside down. Butterflies, and it's super colorful. The artwork on the deck is so detailed and full of color. It's so pretty. So I really feel like this is going to be a nice oracle deck to add to the tarot readings that I do as advice cards and just to give some insight. But I mean, as you guys can tell, like the images on these cards are so pretty. And to me, they just scream like summer, spring, as you can see. Oh, they're so pretty. Look at this one. I don't even think I've even like taken the time to admire all of the details in this deck. There's so much going on in each one. It's just one of those that just photographs really well, and I just think that it's just perfect. So definitely Nature's Whispers Oracle will be, you know, making its debut in a lot of client readings. Then I have my cute little Ouija board deck bag. And this one houses my Psychic Tarot for the Heart. So of course this deck has to be, it's probably going to be in every single season. I think it doesn't matter what time of the year it is. I always have the Psychic Tarot for the Heart deck on me because it is my go-to deck for love readings. I have not found any other deck aside from the Romance Angels for just kind of added insight. I have not found any other deck that just makes me feel like I need to take it out for a love reading. This one just by far takes the cake. Anytime there is a love reading that I'm doing for a client, I'm almost always pulling my Psychic Tarot for the Heart. It's just so accurate. So it's always in the box. It's always one of those decks that I will always pull. Then I chose the Sacred Rose Tarot. I wanted something different, and Sacred Rose Tarot is very colorful. It's very, just the artwork is so different from what we're used to seeing as the tarot cards go. And it's a deck that I've been using for a couple client readings, and it's very accurate. It's been proving to be very accurate, and it really gets my intuition going. There's just times where I'll look at the cards and I'm not even going based on the general meaning. It's like my intuition. Here's the backs. They're roses. My intuition just flows with this deck. So I really enjoy it, and I think that it's going to be just a really cool deck to work with for the spring and summertime. I don't know if it's focusing. I want you to see the Hermit. There we go. The Hermit. And I still want to get deck bags for a lot of my decks. I feel like there's so many of them that I want to get rid of the boxes and just use deck bags. I think that it makes it's so much more room. This is my Fairies Oracle. I haven't used this deck much. But I feel like, I think that there's going to be times in readings that these fairies are just going to want to come through. I love this card. It's a very intuitive deck. It's one of those where you have to go based on the images and what does it say to your soul? Like, how does it feel when you look at the cards? What is coming through, as opposed to the book meanings. It's just one of those that you just really listen to your soul. What is your soul telling you for this client? So I think that the Fairies Oracle is going to definitely be a nice challenge for the readings, but it's going to be fun. So in my red deck bag, I have my Witch's Tarot. So it's the beautiful triple moon backs. And the Witch's Tarot is one of those decks that I feel has a very springy and summery vibe to it. So I think it's going to be a nice, one of those nice tarot decks, typical Rider-Waite themes, to use for client readings. Look at this 8 of Cups. The colors are very vibrant in this deck and very simple to use. So it's always been one of my favorites. And in my Purple Moon deck bag, I have, of course, my beloved Albano Waite. So this deck, typically, it's a typical Rider-Waite deck. I don't think I need to really show you. But I have it out. It's always out. It's one of my favorites. One of my favorite versions of the Rider-Waite Tarot. I always have it out, and I love it so much that I bought a second copy. And this copy, the cards actually came still wrapped in the plastic wrap. The only thing I have to say I do not like is, I guess like with the newer versions, they're making them super glossy. So as you can see, you can see the glare. These cards are very glossy, and you know, I have another deck that's like this. It doesn't make it easy to photograph. So that kind of sucks. But it's nice to have a backup with my Albano Waite because it is one of my favorite versions of the tarot. I love the colors. As you can see, the colors are very, you know, crazy. They're just, they're in odd places, and it's just a very vibrant, but a very loud deck of colors. So I always have an Albano Waite, and I'm excited to have a second copy just in case something were to happen to my first one, because I've already had an accident where I spilled on the deck and it made it a little bit more ruined, but that's okay. I still work with it. I love it. So I have the Magical Unicorns Oracle deck. I think that this is particularly the best time of year for this deck. It's such a positive it has positive messages. The unicorns just scream spring to me, so had to have that one. And then I have the Spirit Messages deck. This is actually what I'm using for the daily card pulls for May. So I have the cards here, which I actually deck modded, so I trimmed them down. But I'm going to be, tonight actually, I'm going to be taking pictures for the dailies. So these are going to be, you're going to be seeing these all up on my Instagram. So if you follow my Instagram, it's intuitive_rose. You will be able to see the daily card pulls for the month of May. So I will be using the Spirit Messages Oracle, and then these cards will also be around showing up for some client readings as well, some spirit contact readings and all of that. Then I wanted to use an animal deck. So I have the messages from your animal guides. So this deck is really sweet. It has a bunch of different animals, and they're really cute artwork, and just the messages that come along with them is just really nice. So I thought it would be nice to have an animal deck for the spring and summer. So it's going to be cool to see how these animals deliver messages for clients. I usually use them as advice cards, or just added insight or a theme for the reading, that kind of a thing. But sometimes people will order the animal guide reading, so that's, you know, typically I will use the animal deck. And I also chose the Flower Therapy Oracle cards. These cards are so pretty. It's images of flowers, and you can't get any more spring than that. So you have the images of the flowers and then messages, and it's just like a prompt for that, you know, that has to do with that flower, and it's just so pretty. They're just gorgeous, gorgeous colors. They photograph really well, so they just look really pretty in the email readings. So I thought that was going to be cool to use for some added insight. And I was actually almost going to use the flower therapy cards for the daily card pools for May, but I decided to go with the spirit messages because I haven't done that one yet. Oracle of Mermaids. I had to have a mermaid deck. It's summertime, you know. When summertime, you think about the ocean and the water and going to the beach and all that. So you have to have a mermaid deck for this time of year. And these cards are so pretty. The messages are just really nice, and it's going to be really cool to see how these cards come through with certain tarot decks. I like to blend them, so it's kind of cool to see like what kind of energies come through with both the tarot and the oracle. And then, of course, my Gummy Bear Tarot, which is just a fun little deck to use. I actually used it for a client reading yesterday that I filmed. And this deck is just so fun. It's so fun and positive and colorful, and it's just, they're gummy bears. How can you, oops, I dropped it. How can you not love the gummy bears? So I want to show you guys. I was so excited when I found this deck. So the backs are little gummy bears. And then you have the cute little gummy bears in their typical Rider-Waite theme settings. Look at the King of Cups. So cute, right? So, I don't know. I just thought that would be cute. And it comes in a tin. I don't know. I'm so into totally into the tin box. They should do these more often for the tarot cards rather than the little cardboard box. Sorry for the lights flashing back and forth. It's because it adjusts itself to the lighting and like hand movements and stuff. So sorry guys. Sorry if that was a little bit blinding. So that is basically the decks that I'm going to be working with for spring and summer. The other deck that I didn't show is the Lover's Tarot. This card, this deck, I've actually been using for myself personally. I've been pulling cards for myself and just seeing what messages come through and what they have to say. So it's just been one of those personal decks. I haven't really used this for clients. And I think that this is going to turn into one of those decks that I use privately just for myself. So it's kind of cool to see how that plays out. I also have new decks that I've been receiving, a couple of them. I want to do a haul video though, so that's why I didn't show you guys yet. But hopefully once I get everything else in that's, you know, coming in the mail, I think I'm just gonna do a massive haul video because I have a lot of new stuff that I want to show off and show you guys, and just my deck collection is growing and, you know, all that cool stuff. So hopefully there'll be a video like that soon. But anyway, that is basically my summer and spring decks that I'll be using. And again, some cute little tarot cloths that I just literally go to the fabric store and I buy it by the yard or half yard. I don't do anything special. I like to keep it simple, and I just like stuff that'll show up pretty as backdrops, backgrounds for photos. And so anyway, I'll see you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Bye, guys.